Hi everyone, thanks so much for watching. In today's video, I'm going to go through the things that I do that I feel like have really helped me age a little more gracefully. So I have done a video previously on my skincare routine, and for sure that has been a game changer for me. When I turned 40, I really started to notice some changes in my skin. So I'm 46 right now, and I have, just to let you know, I have very, very dry skin, which I feel like doesn't age as well as somebody who has some natural oils. So I feel like I have that going against me a little bit. So when I turned 40, I noticed some changes in my skincare, I noticed some changes in my skin, and so I looked at what I was doing for skincare, which truthfully at the time was really almost nothing. And so I really started focusing on skincare. So that's the number one thing I've done, but there's other things I do too that I think, you know, it's just sometimes as women, we don't always share all the things we do, and not for any reason other than who sits around maybe and talks about it all the time. So I thought I would make a video on the things that the top 10 things I've done that I think have made the biggest difference in helping me age a little more gently. You might think it's going to be exercise. It's not. If you know me in real life, you know I'm super lazy. So I joke that my spirit animal is a sloth. Yeah, I don't exercise. I used to really exercise all the time when I was younger, but right now, currently I'm not. It's always on my it's always on my goal sheet. It's always something I'm like, okay, I need to go for a walk. I need to do something. I don't. So that probably should be on this list, but for me, I can only speak to the things I'm actually doing, and exercise is not one of them. So here's my top 10 things that I feel like have really made a difference in helping me age a little more gently. So the number one thing for sure is skincare. I did, when I first started doing videos in the summer, I did film a morning skincare routine and a PM skincare routine, and I will link both of those. I'll put them up here. So for sure, you know, the number one thing I've done is skincare. So I think if you watch my AM and PM skincare videos, they are elaborate. I have a lot of steps in there that I do, and truthfully, that's what I do. I do many, many steps. I layer serums. I think there's lots of ingredients that are important, and so I incorporate those into my skincare routine. But having said that, I think the most important things are in the morning, a vitamin C, and I use the one from Timeless, and a sunscreen. I think if you just did those two things in the morning, you would see changes in your skin. So, you know, I've heard lots of dermatologists say the number one ingredient that you can use is sunscreen, and the sooner you use it, the better. I've never been one to, you know, lay out in the sun or get a tan. I just don't enjoy it, so I've never done it, thankfully. But I also didn't wear a sunscreen day to day until probably I hit maybe 35, 40, somewhere in there. This is my favorite sunscreen. This is the Botanical Australian Gold Mineral Lotion, non-greasy, antioxidant-rich sunscreen. This is my favorite. I love it. It's tinted. I wear this every day. I wear it if I'm inside, if I'm outside. Just every single day I wear a sunscreen. And if I go out in the evening, say I wore this in the morning, I've worked all day, and then I'm gonna go out in the evenings, I put on a powder sunscreen on top of my makeup to give me a little bit extra. Paula's Choice makes a really good one, but I've seen them at Costco too, very inexpensive. So these are my number 1 and 2 products for the morning. I think you need a vitamin C and you need a sunscreen. And then I think in the evening, you need a retinol or retin-a product. This is a prescription retin-a product that I get from my doctor. I'm just trying to cover up all my personal details here. It's prescription strength tretinoin, and I have it in 0.04. My skin's very sensitive and very reactive, so I go in with a very low dose of this, and truthfully, I've had to work up to this. There's lots of videos on YouTube on people explaining how to use retin-a and how to get used to it slowly over time, because there can be side effects with this. But I think next to sunscreen and vitamin C in the morning, you need a vitamin A or a retin-a in the evening, and then a niacinamide as well, which is vitamin B. I get mine from The Ordinary. Lots of brands make this. This is just the one I use. It's very inexpensive. And then I think also going with your skincare, as we get older, we tend to produce less oils. And so I think hydration is important. So those 4 things, plus a really good moisturizer. Again, depending on your skin type. For me, I go in with oils, I go in with hyaluronic acid, I go in with thick, heavy, occlusive moisturizers, because that's what my skin needs. And those things have really helped. So my number 1 anti-aging thing I've done is skincare. My number 2 is Botox. So I started doing Botox when I turned 40. Now in 2020, I only did it 1 time because that's all I could. The place that I normally, so I go to a plastic surgeon's office and his nurse does my Botox injections. That's just where I feel the most comfortable. There's lots of medi spas and stuff that will do it as well. I go where I feel the most comfortable having it done. And they were only doing it, I think they were only open in the summers. They were closed down in the early part of 2020, and then now they've been closed down again in the latter part of 2020 and heading into 2021. So I think they will be opened up again here soon, and I will go get Botox done. I've been doing that, like I said, since I was 40, and I go about 3 times a year. The last time I had it done was end of July, so you can see I've got all this movement where the Botox is completely worn off. You know, that was 6 months ago. There's no Botox left in there, unfortunately. And then, so I get Botox here, I get it down here, and I get some in here because I have very strong muscles in through here, and I've noticed some aging. This is where I'm really seeing my aging, is in here. And so the Botox just lessens that for me a little bit. And then with the Botox, a couple of years ago, I started doing some lip injections. So again, I had lip injections done last at the end of July. So there's nothing left in there. These are just my natural lips, but I do prefer a fuller lip. I've always had pretty thin lips, but as I'm aging, my lips are thinning even more. So I have added in some lip filler. I will probably at some point add in other injectables. I just haven't yet. But I love Botox. I think it's if it's for you, it's not going to be for everybody, and that's fine. And actually with all these things, if you want to do nothing and you're happy and you want to age gracefully, amazing. Good for you. That's not me. So I'm fighting it every step of the way. And Botox makes a huge impact. If you're interested, talk to friends who've done it, get referrals of places of people they trust, and go from there. I started light and have added, every year since, added a little bit more. So definitely Botox has made a huge impact. And then next, another thing that maybe is going to be a little bit, I don't want to say controversial, but I follow a keto diet. And I have for about 3.5 years now. If you're not familiar with keto, it's a high-fat, low-carb diet. So I mainly eat healthy fats, green vegetables, and proteins, meats and dairies and things like that. And I do it for a whole bunch of reasons, the least actually of which was weight loss. I have an autoimmune disease, and following a keto diet actually was recommended from my doctor. It's what he eats, and it has been amazing for my autoimmune disease, which is intestinal in nature. So for me, that's the main reason I do it. But with that, I've noticed some great changes in my skin. So I think incorporating, whether you follow a keto diet, because it is kind of extreme, or you just want to add some healthy fats to your diet. So I add lots of avocados, lots of healthy, what I consider healthy animal fats. I know not everybody is going to. I try to eat, chicken thighs, and I eat fattier cuts of beef. And maybe I'll do a whole video on the keto diet, because I feel like there's lots of misconceptions there. People think I'm eating bacon and eggs and butter every day, and I'm not. I do eat butter, but I also eat lots of olive oil and coconut oil and, you know, those nuts and seeds. And I just, anywhere I can, I try to incorporate fat into my diet. And for me, that has been life-changing, truthfully, but also I notice those differences in my skin. I feel like it hydrates me from the inside. I don't know if that's true or not. I might just be making it up, but my skin is less dry overall when I eat lots of healthy fats. It's made a difference in my skin. To go with that though, also, for years I've taken collagen. This is the one I'm currently using. It's the Vital Proteins bovine collagen. But they also make a marine version, and I have seen a plant-based version. I don't know how that works. I just don't know how it works, but I don't think it's the Vital Proteins that does that, but I have seen it at my health food store. This helps with my nails, my skin, and my hair, and it absolutely makes a difference. It takes a long time to see that difference, but I see it in my nail growth and strength and in my overall hair and skin appearance. So that's number 3 that I do, is diet and adding in the collagen. Number 4 is your teeth. And I know lots of people, so I work for an orthodontist, and I know lots of people don't maybe think about their teeth when they're thinking about, you know, anti-aging and just overall appearance, but having a straightened, wider smile will make you look more youthful. It just does. And to go with that, doing some sort of teeth whitening also really helps. So I'm fortunate in that I had straight teeth just genetically. I did. I know. I was very, very blessed, but I did have some bite issues and I had a little bit of crowding on the bottom. So I did have braces probably, I want to say 7 or 8 years ago. And it's just made a world of difference. I now have a broader smile than I did because my teeth were a little bit tipped in. So the orthodontists that I work for or who did my braces, and they tipped my teeth to give me a more full smile, which helps with lip support. It just helps to support this whole area and make you look more youthful. And then I also do go in with teeth bleach, and I do that almost weekly. I'm a big coffee drinker, so for me, it's essential. Otherwise, my teeth would be quite dark. But so I go in with teeth bleach. The one that I like the best is called LumiBrite. I don't have it right now, but I'll put a little picture somewhere on the screen. Go talk to your dentist, see what they recommend. But having a fuller, whiter smile will make you look more youthful. And then for number 5, to sort of double back to skincare, I think exfoliation is also key. So I do exfoliate. If you're using a retinol or a retin-a product, you are getting some chemical exfoliation. That just, it helps, it increases your cell turnover, and so your skin exfoliates more quickly. But on top of that, I also at least once a week go in with some sort of either a physical or a chemical exfoliator. And actually one of the products I use has both. So this is the Kate Somerville. It's kind of washed out. It's the ExfoliKate. And this is a chemical and a physical exfoliator. So this is a great one. It's powerful. I use it. I only use these once, maybe twice a week, but they will instantly make your skin look smoother and brighter. So that one's one of my favorites. This is the Dr. Brandt Pore Dermabrasion one. This is the same. I think this one might just be physical. Might be both, but it is for sure physical because it's gritty like sand. And then one that I'm trying right now is by LMS, and this is the Superfood Blackcurrant Jelly Exfoliator. This is also a really nice one. It's very gentle and has a slight warming effect, which I really like. So I go in with some sort of chemical or physical exfoliator at least once or twice a week, depending on how my skin is doing. And it just instantly smooths and brightens the skin and really helps with the overall appearance of your skin, so it doesn't look as dull. And I find too, when my skin is very well exfoliated, my lines, my fine lines, look less deep. And so my makeup doesn't settle as much. Okay, and then kind of a bougie item actually. This is a little bit expensive. Most of the things I'm mentioning here are not. I mean, except straightening your teeth, of course, orthodontic treatment is quite expensive. But other than that, most of the things here are pretty budget friendly, except for this. This is the New Face. This is a microcurrent device. Now, I think this is $500 on the Sephora Canada website. So how I had wanted this for a couple of years. And so how I purchased it was I got this in the fall of 2019. I waited for Sephora to have a 20% off sale, which they do 2-3 times a year right now. And then I asked for this for that Christmas. So I received this for Christmas 2019. And this was this was the gift my husband gave me. And we did get it at 20% off. So having said that though, you're still, $400 depending where you live. So how this works is you use this with a conducting gel. I happen to use it with this CosRX Advanced Snail Mucin. I get this, I get this off Amazon, but I've seen it at Walmart even. It lasts forever. I've been using this one for 6-8 months, so it's pretty inexpensive. New Face does make and sell a conducting gel. And you can get it off of Sephora, but it's a little bit pricey. So I just use this because I like how this works. And this is very, very hydrating. And anytime I can get more hydration into my skin, I do. So this is time consuming. You have to use it, well, you're supposed to use it every day, I think, for the first couple of months, and then go down to a couple times a week. So I use this on my days off. I don't use this on days that I work because I can't add this into my morning routine before work because I already have to get up so early. So, and I do prefer to use this in the morning because you can't use this when you've used oils and on your skin because it won't conduct. And so in the evening, I double cleanse with an oil cleanser, and I feel like this might not work as well. So I use this in the morning, and it does take probably 15 minutes, and you just glide it, and the microcurrent helps increase collagen. I don't want to touch my face, I have a ton of makeup on, but I'm just showing you kind of the ways that I use this. The microcurrent helps just to firm and tighten and increase collagen, is my understanding. I notice a visible difference using this, but it's bougie. It's very expensive. So keep that in mind, but maybe a Christmas gift, or if you can get it on sale, that's maybe the time to buy a device like that. There are other ones on the market. This is just the one that I happen to have. And then also something I do that I think we don't always talk about or think about is, for one, I take all the skincare I put on my face, I put it on my neck, my chest, and the backs of my hands. And then also, I want the rest of my skin to look nice. I don't want to have, my hands look good, but then down my arms or my legs. I mean, I'm not walking around in a bikini, let's be honest. Again, I don't exercise and I'm 46, so nobody wants to see me in a bikini. But I do, people see my arms, they see my legs. I want my skin everywhere to look pretty, to look radiant, to look healthy and youthful and glowy. And so a couple of products I use for that is I also exfoliate my body, and I do this a couple times a week. This is the one I use from Dove. This is in the mango scent, I think. Yeah, crushed almond and mango. Smells so good. And it works really well. It's super gritty, super exfoliating. The one that I tried recently was the KP one by First Aid Beauty, and it's really nice, but it's way more expensive than this. But I believe that one has a physical and a chemical exfoliator, so worked really well. I am planning on buying that. I see on the Sephora website you can get 2 of them for I think $55. But I did sort of blow through the mini that I bought. So anyways, these are inexpensive, a great body exfoliator. And then I also try to keep my body really well hydrated. Again, I'm dry, just sort of top to bottom. So my favorite in-shower oil is by Bioderma, and it's the Adoderm oil that I'm using, and this is giant. I get it off Amazon. It's $20. It's very hydrating. And then for added exfoliation, and I certainly don't do this every night, but I try to do it 2 to 3 nights a week, I use this Alpha Skincare This is the Renewal Body Lotion, and it has 12% glycolic AHA acid, which is a chemical exfoliator, and it works really, really well. I will use this, like I said, a couple nights a week, and then I will use the physical one a couple nights a week, and that just helps my body skin look nice. And then I do add in some sort of a self-tanner, usually once or twice a week too, just because I feel like having a little bit of a glow makes me look more youthful as well. And then number 8 is going to be hair care. So naturally, if I was to grow out my gray, I would be probably 90% gray. so I color my hair, and I feel like having colored hair makes me look more youthful. So on top of coloring my hair, because I have so much gray, this can be hard to get any length to it. It wants to be brittle and break, and as I've gotten older, that is even more so the case. Again, I don't produce a lot of oils, so I add in a lot of oils. I add hair oils, I do hair treatments, I do hair masks, I do a lot of hair care. I did recently film a video where I tried e-salon for the first time, so I'll link that, and I'll try to link my hair care video as well. I'm not sure how many videos I can link. That might be my max is 4, but I'll try to link that one as well so that you can see all the different things I do to try to keep my hair healthy, because I want, you know, colored hair and I want long hair, and neither of those things naturally do my hair want to do right now. So I color it and I do a lot of treatments on it to keep it healthy. And then another thing I do, again, I have dry skin, so this is very important for me. And also I live in Canada, and I live in an area where it is desert dry. So it's very, very dry. It's dry here summer and winter. We don't have a lot of moisture in the air. So I have a humidifier. I got this one off of Amazon. It's super cute. It's got this, you know, fake bamboo wood type look to it. I want to say it was maybe $30 on Amazon. If I can find it, I'll link it below. I'll try to find all these products and link them below. This was pretty inexpensive, and I turn it on every night when I'm going to bed, and it just helps with some hydration in my skin. My skin looks better in the mornings on nights when I have this going beside my bed, and it's on a self-timer, so it doesn't run the whole night. But yeah, really, really helpful if you have dry skin, or you know, dry sinuses and stuff like that too. Again, where I live, it's very dry. And so this has been very helpful. And something I think maybe we don't think about sometimes is adding hydration to the air. So yeah, I have a humidifier beside my bed, and I put that on every single night. And then the last thing I do is I use Latisse. Latisse is a prescription strength lash growth serum. So I've used it for a couple of years now. Right now I'm on a break. I want to see what my natural lashes look like, and I've been off it for a month and a half, and I have noticed my lashes, although my lashes are quite long naturally, when I'm using the Latisse, they are thicker, and there's just more lash bulk that I have to work with. So again, I'm looking right now, and they're long. They are long. But when I'm using Latisse, they're thicker, and it just looks like I have more lashes. Maybe I even have more lashes, I'm not sure. So I'm gonna give it another couple weeks, but to be honest, I'm probably gonna go back to the eye doctor and get that Latisse again because I'm really noticing. It took a few weeks, it took probably a month before I was like, hey, I don't think there's as much there to work with. So yeah, I'm gonna go back to the eye doctor, I think, and get the Latisse again. I'm really missing it. There's lots on the market that claim to increase lash growth, and I see other people talk about some of the other ones you can get. For me, the Latisse it's a prescription from my eye doctor, and it's the one he recommends, so it's the one I use. I'm not sure it's any more or less expensive than any of those other ones. They're all pretty expensive. You're looking at probably $100 to $200, honestly, depending on the size of the bottle that you get, but it is pricey. But they do last quite a while. And I go in, when I first started using it, I went in as prescribed. And then after a few months, just to maintain, I cut it back to half. So I was using it every other night and instead of a drop on each eye, I was using 1 drop for both. So it does last a long time. I probably get 6 months out of that little tiny, I think it's a 5 ml bottle. Maybe it's more than that, but it's not a very big container. It's about that tall. So yeah, anyways, I have in the past used Latisse. I feel like having longer, thicker lashes opens my eyes up and gives a more youthful appearance to the face. So those are my top 10 things that I do that maybe not everybody thinks about doing, or maybe there's some things you could add in, some tips and tricks. I hope it was helpful. If you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed and you would consider subscribing, that would be amazing. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye everyone.